Happy New Year and welcome to this very short class that is great after having a long night where you might feel your neck, your back, your something hurts a little bit. Now, I love spending time around New Year to reflect on the year that just passed and what I want to bring into the new year, what I pray for, what I wish for, my visions and all of that. So you're welcome to do that after this small video. Now, there's a link here below where you can download kind of a meditation sheet with just a few questions that might help you to reflect, and you can write some stuff down and even save it. If you have a Bible, put it in there. If you have another book that is helpful for you, maybe put it in there so you can go back and look at it later on. That might be great. We're going to start seated. So find that place that feels great in your body. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. You made it onto the mat today. You made it through the last year. And right now you are here on the mat, ready, hopefully, to move and breathe. If you're a Christian, you might think about grounding and rooting yourself and this new year into God's promises. Or you might root yourself into something else that makes value, have value in your life. Now you do some small seated circles with your spine. I actually like to hold on to my knees here because then I can lean back a little bit for a bigger range of motion, going to the side and out. We want to avoid going into those deep stretches or pain, of course. Going slow so you don't get dizzy. And doing a few circles the other way around. We're going to work mainly with the back, shoulders, and a little bit of hip opening. So not a lot of postures with our head down. All right. Stopping that motion. If you feel that your legs want to move a little bit, just do that. Otherwise, just move your neck. I know for a lot of people who are new to yoga, just being seated on the mat like this for a few minutes can be really, really challenging. So we don't want to just focus on sore legs. We want to move our neck. We want to feel good in our bodies. Now, I would always advise not to roll your head really a lot back like that. Maybe just turn from side to side with your head instead of rolling back. I mean, it's not like you will hurt yourself, but I'm just a little bit cautious of going back. All right, shoulders. So don't move your head too much. Just Engage your shoulders. Notice where you feel sore, if you feel sore. And then tabletop. If you want to get a little bit of movement into your wrist before that, you do that, please. So tabletop, and again, free movements. So close your eyes and just notice your body as you arch around the back, going in circles with your hip. Elbows can be bended or stretched. Just go with whatever you feel like. All right, get some more distance in between your knees. You're going to go into child's pose. So make those hips move back towards the heels, forehead on the mat, and bring your hands to the front. And maybe you actually really bring your hands to the front. Just a lot of stretching on the back. You might feel it on the upper part of your shoulders, just underneath your shoulder blades. If you don't feel anything, you might cross your arms or your hands. Deepen the stretch. And we want to be nice to ourselves, so we don't want to move too much into all sorts of odd and hard stretches. We want to go easy on ourselves. All right, back to tabletop. You can bring your left arm up. We're going to do a dynamic thread the needle. From here, you take your arm and bring it all the way down to the floor, nails on the floor, on the mat, and then your shoulder down. Don't have to go super deep, as we'll do it more dynamically. Lift up. And actually, this is a quite an spinal twist as well. Rotation here in the spine, so you might feel that in your lower back. And last time. And bring your hands down. If you want to release tension from your knees, you can always do that. You can do this a kind of in a standing way as well. Opposite hand. And noticing your neck. You don't have to follow with your gaze or follow the hand with your gaze. You can just move. And do what feels good for your neck. Last time. Amazing. Now come into your mountain pose. Can be wherever on the mat. Grounding your feet into the floor. Maybe you get a little bit more distance in between your feet than you normally would. Soften those knees. Tucking the shoulders a little bit back and down. Then bring your left arm up over your head and lean towards your right side. And again, you can look down, you can look up, or just directly, maybe towards the screen. And then your arms up over your head, switching to the other side. Making sure that your abdomen is a little bit tight as we move from side to side. making sure that the shoulders are stacked so that you don't lean forward or back. As we go for these side bends, we want to really get into the side and not the front here as we lean back, or the lower back as we lean forward. Last time to each side. Mountain pose. And then maybe one of the hardest postures today would be to tuck your shoulders up towards your ears like this. Now, if that feels super painful, of course, don't go as high, but it's really nice to get those trapezius muscles engaged here. And we want to go directly to the top so we don't lean forward or back, but up towards the top. Actually, I'm squeezing my shoulders, maybe tightly back, slightly back. Hold it for 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. One more time. Lifting up. And don't hold your breath. And relax. And then you can turn, come down to a seat on the mat with your legs to the front. Now you can definitely do standing forward fold if you're up for that, but I promised not to have the head too much down. So instead, just bring your legs to the front and lean forward for a little bit of a calf, hamstring stretch. Two more big breaths here. And then sit tall. You can bring your hands to the back. I like my fingers pointing away from my feet, and then I kind of bring my chest and my navel to the front or to the roof. A little bit of a back bend. Letting go. And then once again, find that comfortable seat. Might be on a chair. And last bit of shoulder rotation before we go for a neck stretch. And maybe a little bit of massage. Now, if you feel like moving is the best thing you can do for yourself, keep doing that for a few more moments. Or you can grab your lobster claw here, your left hand, and bring it to the top on these ropey muscles up here, going on the top of the shoulder. So just push in with your finger, your thumb and your pointy finger and massage. You might even hold on and bring your head to the side for a little bit of fascia release, it's called. I don't want to go into the details of that right now, but maybe it feels super nice. And if you're really sore, you might continue with this a little bit longer than I do here in the video. All right, if you massaged your right shoulder, you can leave your head towards your left and stretch that side that you were massaging. Right hand on the floor, or my favorite, behind the back. Now reflecting on the year that passed and entering into the new year, I think it's such a great opportunity to look back. In my life, I look a lot ahead, focusing on what to do with CrossYoga, this YouTube channel, and all sorts of things. So my head is a lot in the future, not so much in the past. Put your head up again. And other side. So as I look back throughout the year, I go through the year with just thinking back on January, February, just the big stepping stones, not detailed because that takes a lot of time, and taking a hold of what was great, what I'm appreciative of, and maybe also if there were struggles that came up and kind of made a pattern or a theme throughout the year. And maybe I'll bring that as a learning thing into the new year. So learning from the past, I think, is crucial. Now after massaging, you can go for a stretch. Put your head to your right side. And if you look into the Jewish Israelites' history and all the things that is in the Old Testament, it's really interesting that the tradition actually spends a lot of time thinking back, looking back on what happened. And a lot of the Jewish celebrations are looking back and celebrating what happened thousands of years ago with Moses and all sorts of things. And I think in our day and culture, we sometimes lack that time and that learning that we get from looking back and appreciating what has happened and bringing the old stuff into the new, but taking out all of that we don't need anymore. This small class is done for now. If you feel inspired to go back and look throughout the year 2022, there's this small video with a kind of meditation and a document that you can download and write on, because sometimes it's great to write things down with your actual hand and a pen, right? So you're welcome to do that. I just want to say thank you so much for supporting me in 2022. Thank you for everything, every comment, every like that you have given me. I appreciate every single one of them. So thank you, and blessings to you on your new year. Stay with peace, with grace, from my heart to yours.